Hi, my name is Ayeni.
And my name is Folasade.
And together we are the Adus.
So today we're talking about love. What does love mean to us in our marriage, in our relationship, and what we think love should also mean ideally in other people's marriage and relationship.
Yeah, so if you're new here, do like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment for us. Let us know if you're enjoying all the videos we're bringing to you.
Yeah.
Get ready? Let's begin.
Okay, the truth is, I feel like some persons or some couples do not understand what it means to say "I love you."
I love you.
To someone that they are married to or in a relationship with.
Yeah.
Because love is a verb. That's one thing we need to understand. It's an action word. It means doing. It's not just something that you say. It's something that you have to do and show to your partner that you really care about the person. Love is, sacrificial. Yeah, because there are some things that my husband will require of me that may not be comfortable.
Yeah, talk now.
Wait now. That may not be comfortable with me at that point in time, and I have to do it. Even though sometimes I have strong hair, but at the end of the day,
sometimes.
Is
this sometimes?
Yes.
But you must have said what are the things that I ask you to do that you do not like to do.
For example, like the lockdown times where I have to had to do a lot of Zoom meetings and stuff, and then my husband comes and says he's hungry, and then I'm like, I know you have to eat, but I'm like, just go to the kitchen and do something for yourself.
But I do. I go to the kitchen and I cook for myself.
And but sometimes you always, when you ask, are you okay? I'm fine.
Yeah, well, of course, it's better to have my beautiful wife give me that delicious delicacy. But hey, if she's too busy, I just go to the kitchen and do stuff myself. So I'm the one really sacrificing, actually.
Whatever. There are times when trying to think of more examples now. Maybe we want to buy stuff, and probably we're trying to manage the cash, so we're trying to put the expenses on the priority list, and then my husband says, more often than not, actually, my husband just allows me. I said, just buy this for yourself. You do this for yourself. Oh, this guy is so caring. All of those things.
Yeah.
And then, apart from sacrifice, love is given.
Wow.
You have to give your time. You have to give the person your attention. You have to give the person gifts. You have to give the person
money.
Yeah, that's it. Quality time, most especially.
Yeah.
If you love someone, you wouldn't want to hurt the person.
Yeah.
Basically. So I try to put myself in my husband's shoes sometimes when I want to make decisions. If I do this, will I really be happy? If I do this, will it affect my marriage?
Aww.
That's the truth. I'm not like you. And then I'm the angel in this marriage. You can see from my face, I'm very, very love inclined.
So me, I'm not love inclined.
No.
Okay, I'll talk my own.
But the most important thing is work. Love is work. Yeah, love is work. You have to put the work to it. That's the truth. Okay. And then you don't have to be selfish about it.
But I also would like to say, all that you said is really, really amazing. Many times people mistake the concept of love for the actual practice of the relationship.
What do you mean?
Like, the relationship is independent of love, in the sense that love is the verb, right? And love also is a noun, because it's a state of being, it's a feeling, and it's also a spiritual interaction between you and them. And also, love is a choice. So love can be all of these things, but the decision to be with the person, do the things you need to do with the person, that is where the work comes in. And I think that's the relationship. And they're like two parallel lines that are not the same, but work hand in hand.
I never actually saw it from that angle.
Yeah, I think that's it. So when you separate the relationship from the love, it's easy for you to give both of them the energy that they both require for you to get that relationship up and running.
I think the way you're doing like the parallel thing makes it seem like a whole lot of work.
Well, it's not a whole lot of work. You know, it's the love makes the work easy.
Okay.
It's just like trying to turn a wheel without oil. You know, you can turn it, but you'll do more. It require more effort. But by the time you put oil in there, the lubrication makes it easy to go. I was going to give another example, but
yeah, that's very correct.
moving on. The oil of the relationship is the love that you show to one another. And my wife said something so profound. Love is given. Love is sacrifice. Love is being selfless. I would also like to add that love is forgiving.
Yeah.
Because one of the things a lot of people do not remember is that we are human and we're bound to have human moments or human errors. And if you do not know how to forgive, you will be in a lot of conflict in your relationship and you will feel like it's not working. You want to pack your bags and you want to leave. So you need to have it at the back of your mind that love is forgiving. So I've said a lot of things, but first you must remember.
And I think in talking about forgiveness, I think it's forgiveness and moving on, and then not remind.
Well, there's no forgiveness without moving on, because if
some people do.
Then they're not forgiven.
Some people claim that they forgive him, but then they keep reminding their spouse. Remember when you did this?
No, that is not forgiveness. Okay. Forgiveness is not just flushing it out of your mind. Forgiveness, as the two words imply, you forgive. So you give in furtherance of your relationship. You give your love. You give that person away, the hurt away from your heart. So you don't say, I forgive you, and then you keep recounting to the person every single time. Then you're not forgiven. Because true forgiveness is when you've forgiven and also let go of the emotional hurt attached to that incident. The emotional hurt attached to the incident is what you forget. You don't forget the incidents, really, because that would be quite untrue to say. Because when you say forgive and forget, you forget the emotional hurt, not the incidents. So you need to remember, love is also forgiveness. And forgiveness is very, very critical. Because if you don't have it in your relationship, then guys, it's going to be hard.
I mean, they're going to hurt you.
Why did you say it like that now?
I need to step on your toes.
Like you do.
Like you do. Okay, but the truth is, when you're in a relationship, it's not that. I wanted to say something there so that people don't misconstrue what I'm trying to say. Some persons may have good intentions, but the way they are going about it might not be your own way. Yeah. So just to you, it might be like, ark. But to them, they're being loving.
So how can you be loving to your partner? Very good place to start. Great work by Gary Chapman. 5 love languages. I think it's a good place every couple should start. Understanding your partner's love language will help you know how they speak it, what they speak. Understanding their temperament will also help you to be able to express love to them. And more importantly, you have to understand that when you are showing love to your partner, it is best you do it on their terms and not on your terms. Love is best given on the terms of the receiver and not on the terms of the giver.
Today I just playing like your love.
I'm love. Is this love that I'm feeling?
It's a
Because the truth is, if I decide to love you on my terms, you may not really appreciate it because you probably just want a box of ice cream, a chocolate or whatever, and I am thinking, oh, let me write you a poem, and I say in the poem that you are the star that brightens up the sky. You know, in my own world, I've shown love to like 150%. But to you, you're just like, yeah. So it's best you do it on the partner's terms. And that's why I think that book by Gary Chapman, 5 Love Languages, is a great one. And we're not advertising for him, but it's just a book and resource that I think will really help you and give you an idea of how to express love to your partner.
Exactly.
And the number 2 thing, or number 3 now? I can't remember. 3. Okay, 3. Love is spiritual. Yeah, you cannot give what you don't have. So if you don't receive love from God, it's going to be hard for you to give love to another human being.
True.
Because human beings are even harder to love than God is. Because God is perfect, but imagine human beings with all our complexities. So you have to receive it and then be able to give it. Okay, and if you don't understand this principle, every other thing I've said prior to this point will just seem like a chore.
Exactly.
I
think that's the ultimate.
Love is spiritual, guys. Love is spiritual, and once you receive love, it's easier for you to then give it to the person who you are in a relationship with. So those are the things we think would help you, and that's what love means to us. Also, love is tickling one another.
Stop.
They said stop. So cute.
But the truth is, my personal desire is to see that the marriages that are being grown in this generation is something that would last. I remember decades before now, you had people come from separated homes, separated marriages. I mean, I'm gonna understand that it's not their fault, or probably they didn't understand or know certain things that we are privileged to know now. So I feel like we owe it to our children, we owe it to people around us to ensure that our marriage is like the hallmark of what a godly marriage should be like, the hallmark of what an ideal marriage should be like. Not what the society is asking. I mean, some persons will say, if you cannot put up with this person, you can just leave. But for the fact that you said I do, for the fact that you've seen all of these persons, you've seen their weaknesses, you've been with them, you've been in a relationship with them, and you decided to say I do, why not go over it for the long haul? I mean, for the sake of the children that you're bringing into that marriage, for the people that are watching, for the people who are looking up to you, and then tell them that, man, it's doable.
Yeah, it is doable.
Good marriage exists.
Good marriages exist, and you can have one.
Yeah.
So if you are in a hurtful marriage, probably you're being physically abused, would like you to please reach out, find help. You might need to move away for a little bit until you guys can resolve it, but you can still make it work.
Yeah.
Yes, it'll be hard. Yes, it will be tough, but it can still be done. It all depends on whether or not you are deciding and choosing to make it work. That's the only thing that will determine whether or not you can come out of it. But if you are hurting, you're in a hurtful place, you might just need to take a little break and begin to heal whilst you get help from professionals and counselors, etc., and then you can now begin to build together. But trust me, guys, good marriages still exist, and you can have one.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's it today on today's edition, and we really want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to all of you who have, and thank you for joining us every single time we upload a video right here on our channel.
You can share. Don't forget to share the link.
Spread
let
the word.
People know what you're enjoying. Drop a comment. We'd like to know if you agree with us. Some examples that could also inspire other people and us as well.
Yeah.
Let's keep going back. Thank you.
Cheers.